Heroes never die.
Tuck your visor.
Justice reigns. Helden sterben nicht.
Fire.
Support has arrived.
Taking the objective.
Hello everyone, the Overwatch open beta has finally arrived, and the first impressions of the game are pretty high. I think it's extremely well made, very polished. All the characters are very interesting. There's a lot of balance issues, and I don't know enough about high tier play to say very much about that, but like, as you can see in the video, I kind of whore out McCree's right click quite a bit. It's pretty easy to throw a grenade on the ground and then aim at someone's head when they can't move. But then, I mean, that's not, I would say that's not even the worst thing in the game. There's a ton of characters with a lot of cheap spells, I'll say. As for character variety, you've got tanks, healers, DPS, support, CC-oriented champions. There's a lot to the game, and I don't want to sell it short because it's really, really well done, but at the same time, it's one of those games where if you don't have a team of 6 players, or even 5 that really know what they're doing and what's going on, you just get overrun pretty quickly. This is very common in a lot of Blizzard games like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. If you wanted to play in the arena, you had to mandatorily have a healer, and that's fun and that's fine and stuff, but it also forces this issue where if you're playing by yourself, you have to rely on complete strangers, you know, if you want to support, and if you don't, not every time, but a good majority of the time, nobody wants to do that role or is incapable of doing it well. So you just get stuck in these no-win situations, or, you know, I don't know. If you play well enough, it really doesn't matter, but a lot of the matches are determined before, you know, the game even goes underway because of the team comps. And everyone's trying out new champs and stuff. It's really early to say all this because it's only been out for like 3 days. If you bought early access, and it's only been, what? Well, today, I guess, is the first day that all the open beta players are coming in. But, the initial thoughts is it's pretty good. Some of the gunplay is really interesting, and then a lot of it, caters to non-skill based champs. Like there's some self-aiming, or there's a lot of self-aiming mechanics in the game. The Soldier 76, he has an ultimate that just it literally just auto aims for him. It's very short and it doesn't do a tremendous amount of damage, but it's still very annoying to deal with. And then McCree, he has his ultimate. His ultimate is actually rather difficult to land. That's why I don't go for 3 or 4 mans. I usually just use it to pick off one person, because the amount of time it takes to get someone with a substantial health pool is far too long, and you just get shot way before it goes off. I've yet to play the game with a full team of 6, but I do believe that it's kind of like a Nosgoth scenario where it's almost a completely different game when you have people that know what they're doing. So I'm going to hold off on final judgment until then, but I will say, hands down, if you don't have a lot of friends that are going to like dedicate, I don't know, at least 50 hours to this game to get, you know, good and know where spawn points are and all that stuff, and just everything there is to learn about this game, I would hold off, because it's really not that much fun to play alone. There's room for outplays and stuff like that, but it is built from the ground up to be a team game, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Balance-wise or anything like that. I don't think they want that, to be honest. Like someone carrying. You can carry a game, but I don't think that's what they're going for, and I don't think that's ever going to be what they're going for. So, as a team objective game, I guess we could talk about the game modes. They're not really, I mean, obviously they're not original at all. This is completely ripped from Team Fortress, where you push carts and stuff like that, or capture points and stuff like that. So that's completely ripped from Team Fortress, which is okay. I mean, it's basically that style of game anyway. But I will say, I'm not super enthused about the game modes. Push the cart, or whatever it's called, but point secure, it's at least it gives you something to do other than team deathmatch, but at the same time, it's not super rewarding for me. Like, I feel like when a match ends, this might be the Call of Duty player talking in me, but when I win a match and I did really, really badly, like I didn't get a lot of kills or save a lot of friends or whatever, I don't feel very great about that match. But when I lose a match that I did extraordinarily in, number one, I'm pissed, but at the same time, I'm glad that I was able to do so much work in that particular match. In regards to the channel, I'm going to try probably about a month or two of Overwatch videos, see how that goes, probably some character guides and stuff like that, just to tide me over. I don't know if this game has the longevity of, say, you know, Counter-Strike or Dota, any of those big name games, League of Legends. It's in-depth and it has a lot to it and it's fun for sure, but I'm not entirely convinced this game will last a very long time player base wise, because there's only, you know, 12 maps, and I swear it's like there's a rotation of like 3 or 4, because I always play King's Row, this one, and what was that other one? The Egypt map. I don't know the names very well yet. Oh, this was funny. 1, 2, 3. So that's what I was saying. So like, each character has something that they can do over and over and over that's really, really, really unfun and annoying to play against. Like, for instance, McCree, you just stun somebody, they just stand there, and then you fucking fan bullets into their face. And it's like, oh, that... I know that must be frustrating for other people, because when I die to a random Hanzo arrow or something, Hanzo is the archer of the game, and his arrows hit so stupidly hard. All he has to do is lob them in the direction of where he thinks you are, and they have huge hitboxes too. I'm not going to get into a huge rant about complaining about each character, but here's what I will say. Each character has that overpowered redeeming factor of why you should play that character, you know? Like, as you saw in the beginning of the video, all I did was push Q as Reaper, and I killed the whole team. And it's like, that's fun for a while, but at the same time, you can't throw wrenches in the machine like that. Because that play won us the game, I think. We couldn't get in on them. I got into that match late, and so I think they were struggling, but that one Q press killed the whole team and then secured the point. And it's just like, good lord. You know, you can hold people off a point for 6 minutes, and then someone comes in and pushes Q just at the right moment, and then you lose the match because of it. And it's like, ugh. I don't know. So, again, this is all pub talk, you know? Like, maybe the game's completely different when you have 6 players. I will say, I'm never going to have 6 players online, you know, 6 friends or whatever. My friends will play the game, but they're not going to be, what's the word? Like, they're not going to dive in for hours on end. Alright, but that's it for this episode, guys. Like if you liked it. I really don't know about format and stuff like that just yet, so please tell me if you have any suggestions. I'll see you in the next one.